Hi, my name is Jan Caruana and I live overlooking the beautiful Don Valley. I'm so grateful to live and work in this country, to be able to walk these trails and enjoy this amazing view. But I would be remiss not to acknowledge the people who lived and worked on this land before me. These are the traditional territories of the Wendat, the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabeg, Attawandaron, and the Mississaugas of New Credit. The place I call my home is home to many, and while we are all responsible for the care of these lands, we are also responsible to each other, which is why it's important to acknowledge the systems that have oppressed and denied Indigenous people of their rights and their land. As we have learned from our Indigenous brothers and sisters, stories are powerful and enduring. As improvisers, we're storytellers, and we can't let this important story go untold.
Welcome, everybody, to Monkey Toast, the improvised talk show. That is a soundboard. Yeah, there's a soundboard in the live stream. Not sure why that's there. And in a moment, you'll hear some music. Maybe that's why the soundboard's there, because we can't hear any music, I'm assuming. Because, it's a whole new world online. And here we go. There's the music. Hey. Welcome to Monkey Toast Online, the improvised talk show. Starring Brandon Hackett, Edsa Haley, Sandy Jobin Bevins, Jan Caruana, Lisa Merchant, Dale Boyer, music by Matthew Reed and his All Dog Orchestra. Yeah, check out those paws. And our very special guest, Mr. Gary Anthony Williams. Woo! Hosted by me, David Shore. Who did you think it was? It's not Elijah the Prophet. No, different holiday season. All right, and here we go. And now it's time for me to turn on my camera. Yeah, oh, it's not turned on. There we go. There I am. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Monkey Toast, the improvised talk show streaming to you live over the internet. And I'm coming to you live here, as always, joined by The Clash. There they are. And as is the first day of Sukkot or Sukkah, depending on your pronunciation of the Jewish holidays, I am joined by my Golda Meir action figure. Yeah. And my Moshe Dayan action figure. Yeah. Golda Meir was, of course, the Prime Minister of Canada. No, she was the Prime Minister of Israel. And Moshe Dayan, of course, is the second most famous Jew with an eye patch. Yeah, that's a fact. The most famous Jew with an eye patch was, in fact, Sandy Koufax's sister, Lisa Left Eye Koufax. Yes. She pitched for the Atlanta Braves in their minor league organization and was a member of TLC. Yeah, that joke was written exclusively for former Monkey Toast host Ron Tite for his enjoyment. I think Sandy might get that as well. Ron Tite is a huge baseball fan and also a massive TLC fan. He's actually got TLC tattooed across his face. It's hurt his business and his marriage. No, it hasn't. Okay, in any case, before I bring out the cast to say hello, I just want to let you know tonight's show is pay what you can. Yes. If you can't afford it, it's totally free, but we would appreciate any donations because we do have bills to pay. Things cost money, like our website and the live stream, and I would like to pay the cast. That'd be great. So if you want to make a donation tonight, you can do so via our PayPal account at paypal.me/Monkey Toast Toronto. That's paypal.me. There it is on your screen. Monkey Toast Toronto. When you go there, you'll see a photo of my face with this bald head. Yeah, and you'll see a picture from a Monkey Toast show, and it'll say Nathan Shore. Someone said, hey, I went to the account like for the last show. It said Naven Shore, and it's like I wish my name was Naven because Naven was the name of Steve Martin's character in The Jerk. Nathan Johnson. In any case, Nathan is my first name, and PayPal will not allow me to go by my middle name or my whole name. So if you see Nathan Shore, that's us. That's me. In any case, now's the time. Let's bring out the cast. Say a quick hello. Let's bring out the cast. And that's here from Matthew Reed on the keys, everybody. Here's everybody. There's Lisa Merchant, Jan Caruana. I see Dale Boyer. I see Brandon Hackett. I see Ed Seeley. I see Sandy Jovin Bevins, who did text in my feed here that he liked that joke.
It was a good joke. Yeah. Yeah, the Braves was a good little detail. The Atlanta setting, perfect for that TLC joke.
There you go. See, because the TLC is from Atlanta. I'm all about early rap and baseball. So, and The Clash mostly. And I also collect obscure Jewish action figures, apparently. So, yeah, that's where I'm at.
I think what's great, David, is that
yes.
at every show we do a land acknowledgement and then you do a band acknowledgement.
It's true.
Done it.
It's true. Next month will be the Jam. No, it may or may not be. But yeah, Dan Galea, show yourself. Dan, who's controlling the live stream. He's behind. There he is. He always pops up behind the wall. He's the man behind the wall. He's like the great Oz. They're pulling all the strings. And let me explain briefly how the show works. In a moment, the Bucktoes players will disappear. It's the subway. Yeah, they'll disappear. And Gary Anthony Williams, our special guest, will join us. I'm going to interview Gary. It's a real interview. The cast hasn't seen any of the questions. I'm going to ask Gary. And then from time to time, I'm going to throw the focus to the Monkey Toes players, and they're going to improvise based on something Gary and I have talked about. And everything that they do, that you see them do tonight, is completely made up on the spot. Nothing is pre-planned. And the show is going to go back and forth between interview and improv, plus announcements that, hey, you can make donations at paypal.com. So without further ado, Cass, why don't you say goodbye?
All right.
Bye. Yeah, goodbye, right?
Bye.
That's a very strong bye from Ed. I like that. And just a quick reminder, if you want to make a donation for tonight's show, the PayPal address, once again, is paypal.me/Monkey Toast Toronto, all one word. PayPal.me I'm going to say backlash all night. I think it's a new word, backlash. Monkey Toast Toronto. Okay, let's bring out our special guest. I'm very excited. He's an actor, writer, producer, director, and improviser who you all know from Whose Line Is It Anyways, The Boondocks, Malcolm in the Middle, and he's got an upcoming Netflix series called The Crew. Please welcome all the way from Los Angeles, California, my old friend, Mr. Gary Anthony Williams. Yeah, there he is.
Sure, I have news for you that is going to say hello, by the way.
Hello, Gary.
Hello. And I'm glad I learned a little bit about your native lands up there. I have news for you that's going to help you out forever.
Okay.
That thing that you keep calling backslash or black clash
yes,
is actually just a /.
There you go.
My son taught me that. So backslash starts out at the left and goes down to your right. So that's just a slash. You just call it a
just
slash.
I'm just going to
I literally just saved your life.
You literally did.
Welcome.
And yes, and actually probably boosted our donations by all the people trying to hit the backlash on their keyboards.
Yeah. No need to hit it. No need to hit the backlash, the blacklash, or the submission smash.
No, Gary, weren't you in a Clash cover band called Black Clash? I'm not mistaken.
I was in Black Clash. Yeah, I've done a black version of every cover band there is. I don't play instruments. I don't particularly like music, but I just I want to make sure my people are represented.
And you're doing an excellent job. And let's talk about I was going to talk about this a bit later. Let's talk about the black version. Why don't you tell people who don't know what the black version is? The show that I wanted to see for maybe 10 to 15 years. You brought it to Toronto 2 years ago, and I finally got to see it. It was very exciting.
Yeah. So a guy named Jordan Black, who is a fantastic writer. I think he writes on Last Man Standing right now, and he's written on many things. He wrote on Saturday Night Live. Many years ago, he put a couple of little scenes on the internet of like the black version of Grease. So one day he called everybody in and said, hey guys, meet me at the theater Monday. We're going to do a show called The Black Version. The audience will give us a typically white movie and then we'll improvise the black version of it. We never met. We never rehearsed.
Really?
We all met. Yeah, it was like me. At that time, it was me, Cedric Yarbrough, Danielle Gaither, Phil Lamar, Key and Peele. They were both in the group.
Oh, wow.
And right before the group started, Octavia Spencer was in it as well. And Karen Maruyama live directs everything.
She's my old improv teacher from the ground.
Yeah, she's fantastic. And now Naima Funk has joined it. So we've been performing for years now, up until recently. It doesn't matter why.
No, it doesn't matter why.
No, we're still performing. When we can go live again, we'll be right back.
Yeah, I was very excited to see the show, and it was packed when I saw it. It was so good. And it's funny because you could never do the Jewish version because it would just be a Neil Simon.
Yeah.
That'd be it.
Neil's already got it covered.
He's got it covered. Or it'd be a Seinfeld episode.
And here I go again, teaching you things like
Yes.
backslash and forward slash.
Yes.
I heard you say sukkot, but in my neighborhood,
Sukkah.
we just say sukkot. We just say sukkot.
Sukkot. That sounds a little rude, but
It does.
yeah.
It sounds rude, but I'm telling you, maybe it's a very gentle form of Jewishness that only happens in my neighborhood here in Valley Village.
Very possible. It's Sukkot. You know, you would build what's called a sukkah in your backyard,
Right.
which is a hut. It's a festival of huts. It's a harvest festival,
Mm-hmm.
basically, and it's one of the best holidays because you get to eat honey cake. There's no fasting. It's all about honey cake.
That's always how people judge how good a holiday is. Is there any honey cake? Yes,
Yes.
there's honey cake. Christmas?
Yes.
I don't want Christmas. Ain't no honey
No.
cake. Halloween? Screw Halloween. Ain't no honey cake. Even if there was a holiday where they gave away $1,000 bills to everyone, working $1,000 bills,
Yeah.
I would not want it unless there was a honey cake involved. That's just who I am. That's my people. That's what we do on Sukkot. I don't know what y'all doing on Sukkot.
I know what I'm doing. I'm coming to your place because I want
Get them honey cakes, man. I'm out here making honey cakes, bro.
Gary, before we get too far, before we go too far off, I want to ask you about this new Netflix series you got coming out. Because last time we spoke, you know, I got a new podcast coming out, and you and Colin Mockery were guests on it. It's a quiz show called Fact or Fiction, and you called it an episode, and you were in your last day of quarantine in Long Island, New York.
Yeah, man. So I started shooting a show called The Crew for Netflix. Started shooting it in January. Shot from January to March 13th. Something happened. Nobody knows what. Got on a plane, came back to LA for many months. Then they said it's time to finish up the show. We had 3 episodes left. So flew to Long Island, New York. And by the way, if anybody needs anything in Long Island, say my name there. I own the place, I tells you. I own Long Island. There are a lot of Garys up there. I'm from the South, so my family call me Gary. I'm Gary.
I like
but up
that.
there, they're Garys. There are Garys everywhere.
Yeah.
I think that's where they all go to die. So I flew to Long Island, and for 2 solid weeks, David Shore, I could not leave my hotel room.
No.
Like literally, don't step out into the hallway. The hotel room had no window to open, so I couldn't do that anyways. But for quarantine purposes for Netflix, we were not allowed to leave our hotel room for literally 2 weeks. And even if people brought you food, they set it outside your door, knocked on the door, and let you know when it was time. Couldn't clean the room. I literally started losing it at the end of those 2 weeks.
Was there anything you did in particular to try and keep your sanity during the 2 weeks?
2 things, and 2 friends of mine sent me puzzles.
Oh yeah.
But I have one of those brains where it's like, if I start it, I gotta finish it. So it did as much harm as it did help me. Because I would not stop. I would not stop puzzling, man. So they send me these 1,000-word, super complicated little puzzles. So I did a couple of those. I did finish a couple of kids' books while I was there. And I looked out the window at people playing mini golf literally right outside my window. I cursed every child I saw out there with a smile on their face, breathing fresh air. And I learned a lot about me. Learned a lot about myself. All right. And I forgot even more.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a little while. But you know what, Gary? Based on all that, let's see some improv.
I got to go then.
That's right.
Oh, hey. Thanks for all being here today. I know we've been doing a lot of different shows together and, trying to figure out different angles on things. And I was just thinking, this is going to be tough to hear there, Ted. I'd like us to do the all-white version of different shows that are traditionally black. Okay. I was just thinking, you might have a base of knowledge, but I'm thinking Car Wash, great movie, pretty much all black cast, if not all black cast, great Richard Pryor movie. That might be the first thing we should start with.
Okay.
Ted?
Yes, I'm just processing this information right now in my brain. So you want to start producing shows just entirely wiping out black cast just completely
Oh,
taken out
that's.
of context.
I just feel like wiping out's a little strong, Tad. I just mean more like anyone that was cast as black originally would now be white.
Okay, interesting. Could you elucidate for me,
Mhm.
the director of this troupe,
Yeah.
exactly what sociological point you would be making in doing this?
I just feel like a lot of the traditionally black movies in the 70s, particular, let's say, they didn't reach a wide enough audience. And when I say wide, maybe I mean white enough audience. And so I thought maybe that's our chance. Joanne, you haven't said anything yet. How do you feel?
Um, well, I have to say, I'm actually quite uncomfortable with this idea. Possibly, I would be more uncomfortable with it if I didn't actually come here to tell you that I'm leaving the troupe.
What?
Well, I've decided to start my own troupe where I just put myself in movies that have traditionally been cast by men. So we're starting with 12 Angry Women.
Oh my God.
Then we're going to do All the President's Women. Then we're going to do Babe, Where's My Car?
Okay. Well, that's funny because I was thinking maybe we would take a different angle over here and do A League of Their Own with all men. What do you think, Ted?
Well, you know what? I was against you at first, but now with this new betrayal, yeah, totally on board.
Betrayal?
Meanwhile, in an office across town. Jean, Barry. I just, I got your reports, and I just wanted to be clear about how we use a semicolon. It seems you both are not very familiar with the semicolon.
It's not my choice. It was not my choice.
It was me. It was me. I was playing on the keyboard when I was working on the report, and I was gonna use the 2 dots. Yeah.
The colon. Mm-hmm.
And then I noticed that one has a longer dot, and I was like, well, yeah, I'm gonna go with the longer dot because it felt like a shoulder tilt, like it's like
I was against it.
I was with it. I'm on it.
Okay.
Which did you like the most?
Well, it's not which one I like the most. It's which one is grammatically correct. Right?
Well,
yeah,
I thought it was a list and therefore would use the colon.
Yes, and you'd be correct.
I'd be correct.
Yeah, you'd be correct.
Oh, yeah, okay, because 2 dots, dot with a line, dots, 2 dots high, 1 dot low.
That's an umlaut. That's an umlaut. The 2 dots high is an umlaut.
2 dots high.
I've never been able to find that.
2 dots.
Got to a hotel in New Jersey. Rick, isn't it? You were in this movie that was here in town, right?
Yes, I was.
I saw you were just packing up there. I dropped off food at your door every day.
Yes, it was good. Tuesdays was terrible, but everything else was great.
Okay, that's fine. I don't make the food. I just have the responsibility to deliver the food. And I got to say, everyone else in your cast, they would at least tip us something. And I never saw a tip from you.
No, I don't believe in tipping.
Well, you don't believe in tipping?
No, I don't believe in tipping because, I think you're accepting a job you want to do. And why should I pay you when you're paid by other people?
I gotta imagine you're being well taken care of on this production.
Yes. I arranged that. I accepted a nice hefty amount, which is my worth.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you understand that when you work in a hotel, we don't really get compensated all that well when we're just dropping off food every day, and we rely on those tips.
Oh, I didn't know that.
How could you not know?
Terrible. Well, I don't know your industry. I'm not educated on hotels.
Cut to head office with Sandy later. Well, Eugene.
Yes.
It's happened again, eh? Happened again! You've been bullying our clients.
I don't know that it's bullying. I just feel like I'm reminding people about proper etiquette.
Well, is that your job, Eugene? Is that your job?
No.
No, what's your job?
My job is to collect the food at the kitchen, go up in the elevator, and drop it off at the appropriate room.
That's right, Eugene. You are my brother-in-law. You are here because I have to.
Oh, come on. I do a great job.
You do a good. You're a bully. You're a GD bully. So what am I gonna? Yeah, you're a bully.
Well, do you think it's fair that these guests, especially these Hollywood guests, come out here to New Jersey and then they don't even leave us tips? I mean, that's not fair. You know what kind of money these folks make?
They leave you tips. You just don't see them.
Cut to Eugene back at the hotel. Hi there.
Hey, hi.
You knocked on my door. What do you want from me?
I actually just wanted to make sure that the food I've been dropping off at your door every single day for the past 3 weeks has been up to snuff.
Yeah, the food's fine. I've quarantined here at this hotel. It's totally fine.
Okay, well, here's $20. I want to give you a tip. I just kind of thought I'd reverse my thinking on life. It used to be that I'd asked everybody else for tips. I'd guilt them into giving me money, but now I'm just going to start giving tips to the guests, especially those who enjoyed the food.
Are you bullying me?
How? How is that bullying you?
Later that night at Sandy's house. Papa, thank you for bringing me up this glass of water. I don't think that I could have gone to bed so thirsty.
Do you think that has any more worth than just the hydration?
What?
Do you think maybe that water was worth something a little more than the hydration alone?
Well, I said thank you.
You said thank you, but aren't there other ways you can say thank you?
Merci.
Not in other languages. Not in other languages. Not in other languages.
Oh, I know. How about Papa a rainbow, Papa
No, I don't. No,
marshmallow?
No, we've been lying about how good your singing is.
And scene. All right. Well, I was laughing a lot. I thought that was that was hilarious. Before I bring Gary back out, just want to remind everyone that tonight's show is Pay What You Can, and you can make donations at our PayPal account, which is PayPal.me/ we've all learned something tonight, paypal.me/Monkey Toast Toronto. Any donations are appreciated. Let's bring back the one and only Professor Gary Anthony Williams to
once again, all of my slash knowledge came from my son. I will not claim it for myself.
Well, we thank Ethan. I believe it's Ethan. Is that
Ethan,
correct?
yeah, that's him.
We thank Ethan for that. And Gary, you were born in Fayetteville, Georgia. Is that correct?
Yeah. I grew up in Fayetteville. I was born in the beautiful city of Atlanta because they didn't have hospitals in Fayetteville. They had cow pastures.
Oh yeah.
We had a big hog pen where we raised and slaughtered hogs, but we didn't have no cow. We didn't have no hospitals.
Oh, so were your parents farmers?
No, but we grew up something. I don't know if you guys have this in Canada, but we grew up something called poor. So we had we had a house, a big area where we raised our hogs and slaughtered. When we were younger, there were chickens, and then my grandmother had chickens, and then a big area where we had a garden. So we grew a lot of our own food.
Right. Essentially, my family, before moving to Canada, they lived in Jersey and had a chicken farm, and were, as you put it, poor. And my mother learned to make everything from eggs because there were so many eggs they couldn't sell, like to market. And to this day, my mother, if you ask her, where are chickens like, she'll go, they're the dumbest thing you ever.
Chickens are, here in LA right now, like a lot of people have been staying home and starting to raise chickens. They're not smart. They're not smart. They're animals, but they're also chickens are kind of nasty animals. Yeah. They're not the cleanest animal.
No, there was
Pig.
apparently, I've heard a story about a chicken that would always jump on my mother's head and peck her. And apparently the story ended with that chicken being dinner one night, apparently, because got a reward
Oh,
for that.
well,
Yeah,
you know what? Chickens are for eating.
that's
Even
true.
as a vegan, I still appreciate chickens are here to be eaten.
And how long have you been a vegan? I know you've been a vegan as long as I've known you, but I always forget because we don't see
Oh,
each other that often.
I stopped eating meat in like 19 year of our Lord 1987, and then I became like hardcore vegan. Like not even honey. I can't even have honey cakes with you.
Really? No honey
So I
cakes.
stopped eating honey in like 96, I think. Like that was the last any kind of animal product I really.
And let me ask you, let's say you've got a friend coming over or people coming over for dinner and one of them is like,
Yeah, sure,
this,
say a friend. Say a friend.
let's say a friend.
You know what? No, say, not even a friend. Say for some reason, and I still don't know why in this story you're telling. I invited an enemy over for dinner.
Okay, so yes, you
Okay.
invited an enemy over for dinner, and they're a hardcore. They love meat. They're like, they're always making fun of you for being a vegan. And have you got like a vegan dish in your back pocket that like they're gonna like this? Is there something you got like for meat eaters that if they're coming over to eat?
Look, I hate to say this, but I've created the best tasting scramble,
Oh yeah,
along with a friend that anyone's
Okay.
ever had.
yeah.
But I think the true secrecy of a good vegan dish is to put a little bit of beef in it. A little beef and a little pork right up inside.
There was a bakery in Toronto that was famous for making Passover bagels because you can't have bread at Passover, and their bagels were actually quite good. And then it came out years later, there was actually wheat in those bagels, and all these Orthodox Jews and religious Jews were eating bad bagels.
Not fair.
Not fair at all.
May I apologize to the Jewish people right now for it? Hi, my friends. This is Gary Anthony Mishpucha Williams. I apologize that you were tricked into eating. Should I say 11 bread? Is that okay to say, David?
It is. Yes, it is. That'd be accurate.
11 bread on that day. Anytime you want something unleavened, give me a call. You all have my phone number.
That's true.
Oh, I forgot to tell you this, Dave.
Yes.
I gave all Jewish people my phone number because I care about everyone.
I heard that about you, that you care about everything. Because whenever you send me an email, at the bottom it says, I love you.
I love you.
It does say that. It really does say that.
It's my tag in there. And even
Yeah.
if I send it to, say, the enemy that I'm inviting over for dinner,
Yeah.
it still says, I love you.
This is hilarious. Gary, I want to mention earlier, you talked about how in New Jersey there's lots of Garys, but you were...
Gary, in Long Island, yeah.
And in Fayetteville, how did they call it? How do they call you? In
Gary.
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 So I never noticed, an accent with you, but did you have it? Like when you first moved to LA, did you have a bit of an accent you had to kind of like get rid of for TV?
Yeah, well, so I grew up black and poor.
Right.
And I remember going to school with predominantly white kids and like looking at them thinking, what are they saying? Because I did not speak the same English that they spoke, even a little bit. And I remember going, what are they talking about? So for me, and they spoke with a Southern accent, like a white Southern, and I spoke with a black Southern accent, and just used words that they would not have used, like page. Like I remember getting in trouble, not in trouble for this in school, but getting scolded by my teacher one time. She goes, a word that rhymes with edge. And I said, page. And she goes, that's not a word. I was like, yes, it is. Page is the word, page. Like, she's like, what does that mean? It's like you die, like you're so hungry. And then I go home and I tell my brother, Jeff, it's like the teacher said page isn't a word. He goes, Gary, you can't listen to mom and daddy's language. Because it was basically a slurring of the word perish.
Oh, wow.
Like,
I thought it was going to be page because you were talking about
no,
school.
it was
perish.
It was perish. Yeah, page. Yeah.
Wow.
So there were plenty of times when I would listen to those white kids and like, what are they saying?
Right.
So now I invite all the white kids over to my home and I just listen. You know, the most important thing to do is just to listen. I just listen. I'll invite them over for 10 solid days and I'll never speak that whole time. I just stare at them and I listen.
You listen. That's probably
and they look for the exits. Like, why am I here? They call their parents. And the parents are like, he seems like a nice guy. Just keep talking. He'll listen.
Now, Gary, listening is a huge asset in improv, a huge skill.
Oh boy, you're good at the segues. Let's
Thank
be
you.
honest.
I try.
Not the motorized vehicle, the segue. You suck on
No,
one of those.
I'm
things.
terrible. No, it's a hazard.
Yeah.
I'm a hazard. But so we met doing improv together,
Yep.
and I always loved doing improv with you, and I loved getting to see you again 2 years ago. But and I kind of just happened into improv, which I think for a lot of people our age is the deal. But how did you first get into improv back there?
Oh, dude. So a couple of different ways. There are three important people in my life for that. I think improv specifically. I was in college, and I was taking an acting class. It's a tiny little junior college called Clayton State College. At that time, it was called Clayton Junior College. And a guy came down from the big city of Atlanta, and he taught us all a one day acting class, but he taught us all improv that day. And he pulled me aside at the end of the day, and he goes, "You should not do improv. It is not for you." And I was like,
Oh my God.
all right, we'll see.
Wow.
Yeah. So very next year, I was working professionally in a theater with that guy, and I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
"Hey, I'm the guy you told not to do improv." A few years later, a guy named Vince Tortorici, who is now no longer with us, I was doing some other acting with him, and there's this great improv troupe in Atlanta called Laughing Matters. And my now friend Tommy Futch was heading that up. They needed a player one night. Vince, without them ever having seen me, said Gary should do the show with us. And they were the biggest improv group in Atlanta. Like that night, I met them out on the sidewalk in front of the theater.
Wow.
Right before the show, they're like, "We're going to play this game." And I had seen them before. They didn't know me, but I'd been in their audience before. I go, "Oh yeah, that's the one where you guys." Okay, yeah. And I'd never done improv like that in my life. So met them, and then like within 45 minutes, I was on stage with them doing it.
Amazing.
So a guy who told me I couldn't do it, and then another guy who was like, "Hey, let this guy try," and then another guy, Tommy Futch, who headed the group along with some other great people who I still love to this day, who just like welcomed me into the improv fold.
Awesome. Based on all that, let's see some comedy.
All right.
No, no, no. No, 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 no.
Yes.
Did you just see what that chicken said to me?
I did.
To
It
me?
did say it. I'm saying
To my
yes. It said
face?
it to you, to your face, when you were just standing there.
No, 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 no. That chicken, I fed that chicken.
There it is again.
You know what? I've had it with this chicken. This chicken's dinner tonight. This chicken's dinner tonight. Babe? Babe?
Yeah, honey, you kill
Come
it. I'll get the knife.
See?
Nope.
You know what though? I had to what?
Tell me.
It's
It's walking around the whole yard.
It's up. Don't get in the Camry. Don't get in the Camry. Oh, that chicken's gonna get in our Camry. Don't
Move
get
into the car.
Camry.
It's in the car. It's in the car, honey.
I swear to God, you're not getting in that. Okay, get in the car, hon. Get in the car. Get in the car.
You were against guns. A gun would come in handy right now, honey.
Okay. All right. Now listen. Listen to me.
It's backing out.
When that chicken comes.
Cut to the chicken at an office across town. Okay, so I think we have some ideas for the meeting. Christine, you're looking a little bit different this week, but you did show up in your car, so I'm just going to assume everything's okay. So we were thinking about a new look for the fall line. What was your idea? Cluck. You're right. Time for a different perspective. Very good. Christine, you are on fire today. Oh, of course, yeah. Oh, you know what? It's lunchtime, too. I think it's your time to choose lunch. What are we having for lunch this week? Chicken? Why?
Meanwhile, in a kitchen somewhere. Hey, Barbara.
Denise?
I've got a little special I made a little something special, some dip.
Oh, well, that's great because I brought chips.
Oh, how did you know?
I didn't. And you're never going to believe what happened to me.
What?
Well, I was walking downtown, as you do.
Uh-huh.
And I was walking by where they play the baseball games.
Oh, yeah, the baseball game, Diamond.
Yeah, so I was walking by just minding my own.
Yeah.
And bustles this man. And he comes up to me and he says, you.
Like,
and I say,
just
me.
like you?
He just says, you.
Like you?
You.
Huh.
He says, you. And I
Yeah.
say, me. And he says, our third baseman pulled a hamstring. And I said, well, I don't know what to do with a hamstring unless you're talking about tying up an Easter ham and roasting it.
Right. Yeah. So
he says, you, get in here.
no.
I say, me. He says, you're playing on the team.
No.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time you played baseball?
I don't think I ever played baseball a day in my life. I think the last time I touched a ball was
Cut to the announcer's booth the day before. All right, here we are down here at the baseball playing area, formerly known as the Rogers Center. It looks like our regular third baseman, Vladimir Guerrero, has hurt his leg. So now entering the game is someone I've never seen before in my entire life. She looks very confused out there, though. She's looking and pounding in the glove, wondering perhaps what that is on her left hand. All right, here comes a big hit.
Come on, Barbara. Come
All
on,
right.
Barbara.
All right, well, everyone's strangely just cheering on the third baseman from the dugout, but okay, here she goes. There's a big hit down the line, smashed on the line third base, and Barbara is not sure what to do. Oh my gosh, she just caught that ball in an unusual way. She caught that ball with two hands, a two-handed catch. I haven't seen a bare hand, leather hand catch in quite some time. Now she's calling somebody. The ump's asking her to give the ball to the pitcher. They want to continue the game, but of course she's on the phone, which is an unusual thing too. She's quite upset. She's quite animated. She's telling the ump, and there's the ball back to the pitcher, and we're going to have to continue the game. All right, pitcher's got the ball, and winding up. All right, and there's another smash down the third base line. Oh my goodness, it's going right at Barbara, and it's Barbara's. Oh my goodness, she just hung up a call and caught a line drive screaming right at her face in her bare hand, and it seems to have no reaction. Doesn't seem to be in any kind of pain whatsoever. This is unbelievable.
Cut back to the kitchen.
Anyway, I'm sorry I kept hanging up on you that day, but these balls just kept flying at my face.
Well, you know what? I am so glad you told me that because I guess I have done a real ninny-some because I thought you were mad at me and that's why I invited you over and made you this dip.
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
I thought you were mad at me because I kept having to tell you to hold on and hang up and come back and call you back and ring you in and
I'm so used to that with my kids. They put me on hold permanently.
Don't even get me started on my kids. The other day, my kid came up to me
Yeah.
and he said, stop saying backslash.
What?
He just said right in my face, stop saying backslash.
What's wrong with backslash? I
It's
said
a
that.
forward slash.
What? No,
It's a
not.
forward. It's a forward slash.
What makes it a forward slash?
From where it starts.
What?
From where it starts.
Where does
Meanwhile,
it start?
in a living room in the suburbs. Mom? Dad?
Son,
Yes, hon?
First day of school was kind of weird.
Oh, you know what? It's weird for everybody.
it really is.
Yeah.
I know, but I feel like I speak different from the other kids. And I don't understand why. Like, I open my mouth and they're all like, what?
Well, hon, you've been raised in a house with love and joy and peace.
Not a lot of kids have that.
Brightness and positivity, optimism in your soul.
I know, but it's just that I feel like we should at least be kind of on the same page. It's like when I went to gym class and I was feeling kind of weird, And the gym teacher asked me what's going on, and I said, "Oh, I'm just having some postchondrial upper abdominal distension." And he was
Of
like,
course.
"What?"
Couldn't understand that, could he?
Yeah, that's
No.
crazy.
You're a
But then
smart
they called
boy.
it cramps.
Oh, cramps, honey. Did you hear that? They called them cramps.
Oh my God. You know what?
I knew we
was,
moved to the wrong area.
I was worried when we put you in public school. I really was, you know. Maybe next time just say that you're painfully distended, maybe that'll help.
They could
Yeah.
understand that, maybe.
That's a simplification that I think everyone can agree with.
Yeah,
The
hun,
world is far too simplified right now.
it's
Don't
difficult.
change.
And the truth is, as you go forward in your life, hun, you're going to have to learn how to do that code switching, okay? Not everybody's going to talk like you. Not
It's
everyone's
true.
going to be as accepting as we are. But, when you go
You are
out
loved,
there,
son. You are loved.
I
just
suppose
talk
so.
real dumb, hun. Just talk dumb.
Dumb it down.
Well,
Dumb it down, babe.
You know both. You know both ways. Can you teach me?
Oh, talk dumb?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's real easy. It helps if you kind of...
Cut to a complicated surgery 10 years later with Brandon. All right, doctor, we hear you're the best in the world. And since I see you've broken both hands in a skiing accident, you're going to have to teach me how to do this surgery in the easiest way possible. So, what do I start with? This gentleman seems to have internal bleeding going on.
Yes. Okay. I want you to use the first I want you to take your hands and cauterize it. A good word.
I mean, I'm not great at this, but he doesn't look like he's doing very well. We got to hurry here, doctor.
Of course. Remember what mother and father said. Take the wacky scissors.
Wacky scissors. Okay,
Scissors.
the oversized ones, I guess?
Yes, exactly. The ones that look like they're from a cartoon.
Yeah, that's them.
And then you see the beepy mountain lines there?
Yeah, I see that.
You want to make sure that those beepy mountain lines are the mountain range is just beeping up and down.
That mountain range beeping. Okay, I got it.
Kind of like playing Pong. Excellent. And then I want you to open up that there tum-tum.
Oh, that there tum-tum. I know the tum-tum. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start cutting.
Put them inside. Great.
Yep.
And then you're going to take out the thing that looks like a little marble.
Okay. Oh, this looks like a marble right here.
Okay? That
Did I get the right one?
Necessary marble. So the next one.
The next marble. Okay. There's one. Yes.
Great.
Cat's eye.
Yes, cat's eye.
All right.
And then you're gonna sew them up. So you're gonna take a little pointy thingy and some string and just tie that fella up together.
Okay. Wow, this surgery is a lot easier when you start to explain it.
Yes. Finally.
It's scene. Oh, if only Brandon could have explained my surgery to me back in the UK. I think I would have gone through it a lot easier. Before we bring Gary back, I just need to do a little bit of admin. Our next show is on Saturday, November 7th. That's the first Saturday of November, when our special guest will be Chef Claire Tansey. And you can watch that live stream right here, wherever you're watching it right now. It'll still be available. Unless you're watching on Gary's Facebook feed. It will not be available on Gary's Facebook feed. But you can check my feed or Monkey Toast's Facebook feed, or check our website, monkeytoast.com. You can watch clips on our website and also get more info about the show and see our past guests and all that type of thing. As well, if you want to make a donation, of course, there it is for tonight's show, paypal.me/monkeytoasttoronto. What else? That quiz show that I mentioned that I taped with Gary and Colin Mockridge should be out next month. It's called the Quizcast, Fact or Fiction. If you go to Facebook, not the Facebook, sorry, but if you follow us, if you go to Monkey Toast, if you go to our website, you can sign up for our newsletter, and we only send out like once or twice a month, so you won't be inundated with emails. Or you can follow us on Twitter or on Facebook or Instagram, and there's all kinds of announcements there about all the upcoming shows and that type of stuff. I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah, it was a lot. I think the Clash and Golda Meir are looking pretty agitated. Yeah, They're annoyed with me. So you know what? Without further ado, let's bring out the great Gary Anthony Williams.
Oh,
There you
I'm
are.
back. I'm back.
Dude, you literally appeared from that background. That was
Yeah.
really
Because
sweet
when
effect.
I'm not here, when you don't
Yes.
see me, I'm
Yes.
like in some other place. Like I don't know where I am. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. I'm everywhere and nowhere at the same time when I'm not on camera with you.
I know exactly what that means because I've spent time in Scarborough. That's a Canada
Okay.
joke. Only people in Toronto get. And speaking of only Toronto get, Sandy was referencing the Rogers Center is with the Skydo. It's where the Jays play for that baseball scene for the people there who are not from Toronto. But
Great
Gary,
baseball scene, by the way.
I thought that was hilarious.
It
was
made
like-
me wish more players used their cellular telephone.
It's true. It's underused. It's very
It really is.
underused.
Because they could be calling like, "Hey man, he just hit a pop fly. I don't know if you're watching, but it's
Yeah.
coming your way." Like they could keep each other updated. I mean, we
It's true.
have the technology.
It's true.
Let's use the technology.
I'm right with you there, Gary. But
Thank you.
let's talk. Speaking of technology, you got a new Netflix series coming out. The
Yeah.
Crew. Tell people. So, what is the Crew? Tell us a bit about the Crew. What's that about?
The Crew is based on NASCAR racing. Kevin James is the lead in it, and then there's the regular cast, which includes me, a guy named Freddie Stroma, Sarah Stiles, Dan Adup, stand up, and then Jillian Muller, and that's it. That rounds out the whole cast of it. It's a multicam sitcom for Netflix. They bought 10 episodes.
And you're like a pit crew, like in NASCAR?
Yeah, we're a pit crew, and I'm the lead mechanic, which I am. My dad, Willie Williams, and my brother Jeff, they could fix absolutely anything, and
Really?
I do not have that skill. So in this show, I literally am just playing my dad. Like I stole part of my dad's accent for him, part of the way I move for him. I'm just playing like, now I can be that mechanic.
Oh, that's cool.
Because when he would say, "Hey, Gary, hand me them pliers," then I would be like, "These," and then I would go run off somewhere.
Is your
I was
father?
not good.
Is he still alive? Will we get to see it? Like,
If he is still alive, he tricked us many years ago when he faked his own death.
I apologize.
No,
sorry.
no, you did not kill my father. You couldn't have killed my daddy. You ain't no way in the world you could have killed my daddy. No, he died several years ago. It would be odd if he were still alive now, especially me talking about him dying several years ago.
That would be odd. Yeah, given that reference. Yes, I feel the same way
Yes.
about my dad, who also died a very long time ago. It would be very odd. But I want to talk about a bit more about, because you've had a very long career and have appeared in a lot of different TV shows. I mean, people know you from Malcolm in the Middle, and of course, Whose Line we mentioned, and the Boondocks we mentioned, and others. There you are on Whose Line with
look at
Call It a
me.
Wade. Yeah.
Don't I look a little bit like my brother? I look a little bit like a heavier version of my brother Mike right there. Wouldn't you say that, David? Even though you've never met my brother Mike?
Well, the rule of improv said I must say yes, and
Okay.
I would say that Colin looks like a thinner, whiter version of your brother Mike. I would say.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everybody there is some version of my brother Mike.
But you do a lot of voiceover work, a lot of narration, and different characters in like cartoons. Do you have a preference between doing like voiceover or just like for straight acting, for lack of a better term, like TV acting?
I truly love them both.
Mm-hmm.
The especially right now, cartoon work is going like gangbusters here, and I get to play a lot of really fun characters. I think that's the big difference. Like in the cartoons, I get to play whatever main character I'm playing. Like in the Boondocks, I play Uncle Ruckus. I play him. But then again, at the same thing, I might be doing a newscaster or a little boy. And one of the characters I play Mufasa, which is it's Disney's version of the Lion King. It's called the Lion Guard. It's the TV version of it. So I get to play James Earl Jones's character on that.
Oh, that's cool.
I love the variety in it, and there's just no limits to what you get to do in that compared to on camera. I like on camera because I get to wear makeup, and I don't get a chance. I don't get a chance to wear makeup when I'm at home.
No, I know the feeling.
And I'm shiny. See the shine? If I were on camera right now, there would be no shine. It'd be just flat. There would be no sparkle. just flat, beautiful blackness.
Yeah, the Clash are
Which is-
stealing my shine tonight, is what's happening.
All right, man,
Yeah.
how dare they? How dare they?
Do you have like a favorite role, favorite character that you played from animation?
In animation, without question, the character I play on the Boondocks called Uncle Ruckus.
Uncle
He is a
Ruckus.
horrible, hateful human being. Horrible.
I
And
saw
yet
a clip today, actually, because I'd never seen it before.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I watched a clip today about, I believe you dressed up as him trying to raise money for an Uncle Ruckus movie.
Oh, so you saw a live action Uncle Ruckus? Yeah,
I did.
A
yeah.
couple of years ago, the creator Aaron Magruder was going to do a live action Uncle Ruckus movie. But now we're actually back taping the next season.
Oh, there is. There's Uncle Ruckus.
There's Uncle Ruckus, right? Oh Lord, how much? I am so proud to be on here with all these good white folks. And y'all really white. Y'all Canadian white. That's the second most white folk you can get. First is English, because they speak in a real fancy way. Then them Canadian whites, because they speak English and French. You can't get whiter than English, and you can't get second whiter than them Canadian whites. Uncle Ruckus is a horrible, horrible human being. He is a self-hating black dude who denies his blackness. He's literally the opposite of me, and it's so fun.
Yeah.
So fun getting to play him.
And I want to talk a bit, before we go, because we don't have a lot of time, about Who's Line, because I know you got a lot of fans, a lot of Who's Line fans all over the world. And it's interesting to me that this guy, after one class, told you shouldn't do any improv, because that's a horrible teacher. After one class tells you you shouldn't do improv.
Man, I think I learned years ago, don't listen to most people. There was never a time when that guy said that when I went, oh, I shouldn't? Thank you, sir. There was never a time. Like, I'm not listening to that. I do whatever feels fun.
For sure. And now you're in our, without a doubt, the most popular improv show in the world. And how did joining the cast of Who's Line?
I slept around, and a lot of them didn't even know I was sleeping with them.
No.
I would just sneak in there, as you say, in the dead of night, cuddle up to them, and it was just sleeping, just a gentle snooze. And then out in the morning, but I would leave a mint and just my name.
Very nice.
A mint and Gary Anthony Williams. I auditioned for that show when it was the English version years ago.
Right.
Then I auditioned when they first made the American version.
Got ABC.
I kept getting
right? Yeah.
And I kept getting close. They didn't hire me. And then I was like, screw them. I will never audition again. I literally did. My agent called and said, hey, Who's Line wants you to audition? I was like, screw them. I will literally never audition again. I'm doing the black version Monday night if they want to come see the show. Then they came to see me perform live, and then they hired me. I was so done with them. I was done with them. Them and their ways and their fancy haircuts. But I love doing the show. I've loved it since it first came on. And, Ryan, Colin, Wayne, I was, and now Aisha Tyler, who hosts it as well. Like, I've known those guys and done improv and comedy with them forever. So I'm very, very, very happy to be finally just literally having fun. You go there, the theater's freezing, but you have fun for several hours, and then they chop it up into as many shows as they want. It's never rehearsed like this. It's just literally, it's just straight up improv,
Nice. Gary, based on all that, let's see some comedy.
Okay, bye.
Which one of you little shits is gonna come? Oh, it's you. Yeah, you afraid of your auntie rat bag?
Well, we were all talking, and
well, who's we, Tyler? Who's we?
Me and cousin Dave, cousin Joyce, cousin Steve, and cousin Claire.
Yeah.
We
was you've been all talking, have ya?
Yeah, we was all talking, and
what are you talking about?
Well,
your auntie rat bag, huh?
Yeah, because
you're all from different fathers.
Yeah, because we're cousins.
Well, yeah, good. Okay, great. You're a little quicker than I thought.
Thanks, Dave. You figured that one out quicker than I did. Appreciate that, Dave.
Yeah, way to go, Dave.
Listen, Auntie Ratbag.
Yeah.
It's just every year we try to get together at Thanksgiving and all get along.
Yeah.
And you're just so negative. Everything you do is so. We try to be singing songs and you stop us. We try to play games and you stop us. We try to smile and eat our turkey and you stop us.
Yeah, and one time you gave me what I thought was a Werther's Original, but it was a mothball wrapped in a Werther's Original wrapper.
Yeah,
That's right.
I got hives thinking about coming to see you. Got hives on my arm.
Jesus, I can't even believe you're still alive. You're anemic.
Claire's.
This
Sorry,
one
Dave.
time, sorry,
Huh?
I fell asleep. I fell asleep at the family reunion on a couch, and then you tucked me in. But instead of with a blanket, you just found a bunch of poison ivy and draped it over my body.
Look, that is the first time I ever tucked in a child. You should be goddamn happy.
Wait till you hear Steve's story.
Yeah, Steve, line me up, Steve.
Tell him, Steve.
Yes,
Yeah.
Steve.
You made me grow my nails really long, and then you started to use them to pick your teeth. They're my fingers. They're mine.
Are they yours? Are they yours? You know who put your parents through school? Auntie Ratbag. Yeah, I bet you didn't tell you about that. So the reason you're alive is because of me.
One time you drove me to Mexico and you just left me there.
Yeah, but you got back, didn't you?
One time you gave me a hat for Christmas, but it was just a plastic bag. And then you just jammed it over my face and tied it up and then left me in there till Boxing Day.
And wasn't your skin fresh?
Well, I almost suffocated and my skin was fresh because there wasn't no more oxygen on it.
You think I wouldn't have suffocated you if I didn't want to? I could have had you gone in a second, but you live, and that's because of me, Auntie Rat.
Why are you
Auntie
so
Ratbag. Auntie
Well,
Ratbag.
yeah.
you
Oh, you're still here, hey?
Auntie Ratbag, you still got me believing I have two butts.
Well, you do. You ever looked at the mirror? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Any
she's
ratbag.
nice.
Any ratbag. One
Yeah.
time I was painting a picture just for myself, just for like the joy of doing it.
Ugh.
And
Yeah.
and you said it looked incredible, and then you funded an entire night of just an installation of all my artwork, and I felt so empowered and so happy. But then when the people came in to see it, they were like, "This is garbage," and then you pointed at me and you're like, I just wanted to make you feel bad on a grand.
That was one of my biggest burns. I gotta say, that was a good one.
Auntie Ratbag, here's the thing. We was all talking earlier and we just want to know, why are you so mean? What happened to you?
What
You must have been
happened?
happy
What
once.
happened?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What happened?
You must have been a nice child at some point.
Cut to Auntie Ratbag's childhood. Joyce Ratbag, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
What are you doing behind that couch? Get out here, Joyce.
I wasn't sure whether I was allowed.
Well, it's Tuesday, so you can come up from behind the couch.
Okay.
Oh my. You have a glittery outfit on. Is today dance class?
Yeah, it's dance class. It's my recital.
Oh.
I
didn't know
poured
there was-
my heart and soul into this.
Gee, I didn't know we were still letting you do dance class. But you look, well, I gotta say, great. Great. So I guess if you want to follow your dance dreams and...
I do. That's all I really ever wanted to do was be a dancer.
Oh,
and this
yeah?
is it. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be hard
To
with
her
this broken
first
leg.
And that's why I never got to live my dance dream like I shoulda. 'Cause my father crippled me.
Oh, that's so awful.
Hey, Auntie Ratbag, I feel so bad now. Is that
I'd love
why
to see you dance.
Auntie
I
Ratbag.
can't dance. What? Oh, yeah, sickly.
I don't think you're supposed to say crippled.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
shut up.
Yeah.
Just.
Claire, I don't know if that's the point right now.
Jesus Christ.
Just,
So you didn't get your dream. Why doesn't anyone else get to get their dreams?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I thought it would make me feel better.
Huddle up. Guys, huddle up. Guys. We gotta make Auntie Ratbag's dream come true of dancing, because then maybe her heart will melt and she'll become a regular happy person again.
You're right. Okay, let's make a stage.
Let's make a stage.
What are you kids up to?
Auntie Ratbag. We made a dancing stage for you.
And now presenting for the first time ever for her debut dance, Auntie Ratbag.
I'm a swan. I'm a swan.
Oh my. Auntie Ratbag.
Oh, she's dying. The bird's dying.
Oh my God. She did die. She actually died, but I think she died a happy aunt.
and she
Yeah,
left
she
us with
did.
the memory of us killing her.
That's good.
Oh,
We killed her when she was evil, but she died a happy dancer. It's the best of both worlds.
And that is the end of the show! Yay! All right! I'd like to thank the cast: Lisa Merchant, Jan Caruana, Dale Boyer, Brandon Hackett, Ed Sahaley, and Sandy Joven Bevins. And of course, our accompanist, Mr. Matthew Reed. Yeah. Dan Gaila for running the live stream. And a very big thank you to our very special guest, Mr. Gary Anthony Williams. Uncle Ruckus. Thank you all so much. You can still donate if you haven't donated yet at PayPal, paypal.me/Monkey Toast Toronto. There it is. And if you saw tonight's show and you thought, oh, I have a friend, oh man, so-and-so would have loved this. This show will be live on our, you can still watch it on our YouTube channel for the next couple weeks. It'll probably pop up there later tonight as it, I forget the term because formats. Thank you. Thank you. Ed. As it formats. So there's still time to watch the show if you got some friends that want to see it. Gary, the crew is coming out. When can people expect to see the crew, Gary?
I think it's early next year. Oh, may I say one more
Of
thing?
course, yeah.
If you like podcasting, you like day drinking with Gary and Elliot at your favorite podcastery. But the crew will be out. I think it's early next year.
All right, very nice. Jan, you got anything you want to plug? We're gonna go past.
Yeah, can everybody follow me at Two Little Sandwiches on Instagram?
Yeah, Jan's got a food Instagram account. It's if you can't eat, like there was a time when I was in the hospital, I told Jan, your account is killing me because the food looks delicious. Ed Sahaley, anything you want to plug?
laundry. I'm going to do laundry.
All right. Brandon Hackett, anything you want to plug tonight?
Sure, if you'd like to follow, please follow me on Twitter at Brandon Hackett. And this month, season 2 of the Tony Hope podcast comes out.
Say that again, Brandon. You turned away. Couldn't hear you.
Season 2 of the Tony Hope podcast comes out. So I'm on a couple episodes, and I wrote a couple episodes. So please check that out on CBC Podcasts.
Oh, very nice. Tony Hope podcast. Sandy, you got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, last month I plugged getting those donations to the food bank, which I think is still important. And now with what we're hearing, let's not hoard things, and let's stay home when we can. We've been asked to do that. Let's try to do that if we can, and not have like giant parties in our house.
Yeah. Dale, you got it. Thanks, Ed. Dale, you got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, I can help people stay at home. The show that I co-wrote, Night of the Living Dead Live, that I worked with the original cast and crew and writers of Night of the Living Dead, is now available on Broadway HD on October 29th.
Wow.
Worldwide,
Excellent.
It's going to stream. So please take a look of the London production. It's really something.
Nice. It's a great show, Dale.
Very nice. Lisa Merchant, anything you want to plug?
Just meet me in Hyde Park for a walk.
Nice.
Very fair. Dan Gila, anything you want to plug? Dan, you got anything behind the screen?
Yeah, if you're in Toronto and you want to get out and see the fall weather, I'm doing a Music on the River show this Friday, October 10th. Go to torontoadventures.ca and you can book a boat, and it's one of our last shows of the season. You get a kayak or canoe rental, and you boat up to a dock, and someone will play music.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's a safe way to see comedy
It's
or
a
music
socially distant
in the
comedy
city.
show.
Yeah, very nice. Matthew Reed, I don't know if we can hear you. Matthew, got anything you want to plug? Where are you, Matthew? There you are. There he is.
Next Friday, world premiere of my piece for Dance Asha, choreographed by Newton Moraes and danced by Pulga Muchachomo through Citadel Company Dance Company, Night Shift.
Nice. Night Shift. Please check that out. Cool. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll be back next month. Check us out at monkeytoast.com. The Panel Show podcast, which is their podcast I run with a lot of Monkey Toast players, will be out sometime later this month or early next month. And Gary and Colin's episode of the quiz show, the Quizcast Fact or Fiction, will hopefully be out next month, and as we'll launch that podcast. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Gary Anthony Williams, all the way
Awesome,
from
Gary.
Thanks, everybody. Good night, everyone.
Bye.